Welcome back to another episode of the Quick 30 Podcast family. We have a special guest in the building. He's not a stranger. We've collabed before, but for everybody who don't know him, introduce yourself, man.
What's up, man? I'm B3 Breakdowns, GBG B3 here. If you know us to go, man. We here with the Quick 30 Pod family, so let's get active.
Hey, tell the people what you do, man.
I do sports-related content. I do voiceovers.
He watched the John Morant highlights, but look at him. Oh, my goodness. No, tween straight downhill. Oh, my goodness. Takeoff was crazy. Levitating through there.
Trade talk.
NBA's been going crazy, okay? KD's officially going to Houston, man.
So I just am all around in the sports field, mainly, being basketball, football, and boxing. So those are the main sports that I discuss and converse on, but, just giving my opinions or my thoughts and feelings on trades and anything that's going on in the sports world. I'm trying to give my input on it.
Y'all heard it here first. If y'all are a DMV athlete or you have family that's a DMV athlete, you need to tap in with B3 Breakdowns. For sure.
No, seriously.
But we do have some important talks today in the sports world. One of the biggest fights is about to happen. I didn't think I was going to see it, but now the whole world is going to see it. Canelo versus Bud Crawford. Now, initially, I thought this was going to be a fake fight. I didn't think this was actually going to be real, but it's happening September 13th on Saturday. How are y'all feeling coming into this fight?
Me personally, this is a legacy fight on both parts, even though Canelo has had a whole bunch of, big name fights, fought Floyd in his younger days, things like that. This is Terrence Crawford. I feel like this is not a do or die, but he has nothing to lose at this point in his boxing career. He has 4 titles in 4 different weight classes. He has a 0 to his name. He still hasn't lost. So even if he was to lose to Canelo at this point in time in his career, it's not gonna tarnish his legacy or anything. It's still gonna, even with the loss, his legacy is still solidified with this fight against Canelo for sure. That's how I feel personally.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Obviously, with the undefeated to Crawford's name, I think him losing obviously you'd want to win, but it's not going to kill his career because he's already done so many great things in his career. So I think this is this is a legacy fight for sure. Canelo, I don't think it's that big though. Necessarily.
Whoa. I was about to say relax. Okay.
If they were to lose, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I understand that. If either of them lose, it's not tarnishing either of their careers. Canelo already has a few losses to his name. This would be Bud's first loss, and it would be against a person like Canelo. Canelo, he's going to go in the Hall of Fame of boxing. So
yeah, both will.
They both are, but Canelo obviously is going to get there first, I would just say, because of his resume.
Yeah. I respect it. I really do, because a lot of people don't fight people in boxing because of politics and because of what Floyd Mayweather did to the game. Yes, he elevated the sport of boxing, but when you look at it from a certain aspect, none of these fighters want to fight each other because they don't want to lose. I respect that Bud wants to hop in the ring with a top-notch guy, give us the fight we all want to see, and say, look, if I lose, I have that one in my record, but look at what I've done in the overall sport of boxing.
No, for sure. I would say really Floyd did mess it up, in a way of, him being fully undefeated, never losing. But Floyd messed it up not only, but Floyd also fought a lot of, he has a good resume.
He fought everybody.
Well. Yeah,
he fought everybody.
A lot of these fighters now, they don't have the resume to try and stay undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Floyd did it against the best at the highest level. And not only did he do that, he got paid a lot doing it. And a lot of them are just chasing that bag, but they don't got the resume to follow it as well.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Now, getting into business with this fight, I'm so curious to hear what y'all guys say. So much buzz around the world. Who's going to win this fight?
Obviously, I'm Team Bud Crawford. TBC vibes, as you know. I would just say, Bud, he has nothing to lose. I seen him against Earl Spence. Now, I will admit that's not the best version of Earl Spence, but
car accident.
Hey, the way Bud did him, I mean, we don't even. He kind of put him in his casket, respectfully. We might not see another Earl Spence fight again. Seriously, we really might not, bro.
Yeah, he beat him like he took his lunch money.
Yeah, like that's something scary to think about. That we genuinely might not see that man fight ever again.
Yeah.
Man,
Who you got, Mo?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a tough fight. It's a tough.
It, but I'm gonna stay strong. I know he just said Bud, but I ain't gonna go with that. I think Canelo's gonna win. I just think. I think. Hold on. I think Canelo's been more active, and that's really why I'm
That's
saying
true.
that. I just think
That's true.
Canelo has been more active. Plus, he's the younger fighter.
Canelo older.
Not by much though. Obviously, it's only like what, 2 years, a year.
Wait, Canelo?
Something like
I
that.
thought Canelo was older than.
Obviously, Bud's like taller, but he's not that much taller than him. So I don't think the height.
I mean, I definitely feel that. The thing is, Canelo can beat Bud. They can go either way. But I'm Team Bud simply because it's that underdog. Like, Bud's the underdog on top of the fact, like I told you before, Bud, I can't lie, he's crazy to think about it, but he's literally in the prime of his career. So you may not see it, but he's really in the prime of his career. If you really pay attention to even the type of money he's getting, the type of fights he's gotten, he's in the prime of his career. That's why I feel like he take down Canelo, he can really walk away from boxing. Like, literally, after this fight, he can be done with it.
I would.
He didn't really have to. He didn't have to fight Canelo necessarily. He could have retired right then and there.
He's doing this fight.
Yeah.
Because it's a big fish fight. He's going to get the win and solidify his name. He's going to be done.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to go. Mo, I'll go against you with everything. In this one, I got to go with Bud on this one. And there's a multitude of reasons why to it. At first, when I looked at this fight, I easily said Canelo was going to win. But after I looked at the film and I gave a breakdown for it, I'm changing my answer to Bud. Bud is going to win this fight because looking at it from an analytical standpoint, Canelo has a high guard, right? We know the defensive technician he is and what he can do. We know the shoulder roll he can do. We know the lateral head movement he can do. And we know that he pressures his opponents. But if he does that against Bud, the reason why Bud wins this fight is because Bud is a lethal counterpuncher. One of the best at it. His counterpunches are... they're like power shots. They're not normal. They're out of this world. So if Canelo pressures him... And you know how Canelo does. He has that Mexican fighting style. He's gonna take some hits. He's gonna wait patiently. He's gonna keep moving forward and try to set you up with some body shots and some power shots. That's what he does to most of his fighters. But if he wants to win against Bud, he has to change that strategy because Bud's gonna set him up with some counter punches. Bud's gonna fight him from a distance. He's not gonna get in the phone booth with him. What Bud is gonna do is he's gonna start off in orthodox, switch to southpaw, use that lead hand, and feel out Canelo, throw some hooks, throw some body shots, throw some jabs, and keep a distance from him. And if he does that,
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, if he does that, he can outbox him and beat Canelo.
Because I feel like the reason why Bud is just gonna take more separation, just the distance, the reach he has, the lead jab. Bud works that jab, the fight, he keeps the jab in control of the fight. Then it's going to go his way because Canelo, it's going to be hard for Canelo to get up under that jab. He's definitely not going to get over top of it in reality. So the only way he really beats that jab is trying to get to the body when he opens up, things like that. And I don't see him being able to reach him, with the distance and the jab already keeping them separated.
I agree with that. I think Bud, really honestly, he moves too much for Canelo because if you look at Canelo's last fight, even though he fought a bum and it wasn't a good fight, he had trouble cutting off the ring. With Bud, with that footwork and him switching from orthodox to southpaw and him moving around the ring, I don't know if Canelo can, honestly just stay on top of him with them body shots and close in with him.
I feel that. Also, I want to say, even though I'm Team Bud, Bud is going up in weight.
That's a big thing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. The thing is, I'm pretty sure his walk around weight is this 160. What is it? 168.
168.
Right? His walk around weight is probably 175 on a normal regular day, or 168 in reality. So I feel like everyone's overlooking the fact, looking at it like he's about to be so much slower because he's gaining more weight, quote unquote. But in reality, He's just not draining himself. If anything, he's gonna have more power, or the power we haven't seen because he's been fighting at 154.
But that's one thing I was going to tell you. Mo is correct on something. Canelo is the bigger fighter. He is.
Yeah.
And my only concern with this fight, I was going to ask this later, is that Bud, yes, he might walk around at 168, 170, but is he going to be comfortable fighting at that? Is he going to be able to move as quick at 168? Mm-hmm. Is he going to be able to be in that ring, be in there 12 rounds, and say, I can throw with Canelo, I can throw jabs and be comfortable with it? Canelo's comfortable at 168. He's fought at 160, 168. He's fought even at 175. This is his main weight that he's good at. And they're not signing a rehydration clause. So Canelo's going to walk in there 190, 195 fight night. So I think that's going to play a big role in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, that is. But the thing is that I respect about Bud, he doesn't want that rehydration clause. He doesn't want any excuses. Because what I'm trying to get you to understand, any person or man that believes that they can just jump up a weight class that's 14 pounds heavier and go fight Canelo, he knows what he can do. Like, you feel me? We don't know what he can do. He's gonna show us, but he knows what he can do. That's why he's so confident doing it.
Yeah, I love the confidence in him. I do.
Like, no rehydration, no none of that. I'm coming up 14 pounds. I'm gonna get him out the way and move on with the rest of my life. That's how I feel like he's looking at it, literally.
Hey, Mo,
I respect both fighters for even taking on the fight. Like, like y'all said, like, a lot of these fighters are, like, low-key not, getting with each other because they're too worried about record and stuff. But both of these fighters are putting stuff on the line. Granted, they may not have the most to lose, but you still love to see these fights.
Yeah, you definitely do. This is, especially, it would be great to see Bud have five titles in 5 different weight divisions. It's like, Lord, have mercy. At this point, you got to kick him out of boxing.
Yeah. And what you just pointed something out, Brian, that's crazy. If this man, I can't even say this while I was laughing. If Bud is able to be, he was already undisputed in 140, 147, and 147 to me is arguably one of the toughest divisions in boxing.
147 definitely has a lot of heads out there.
And then he jumps up to 168 and becomes undisputed and beats Canelo. Hey, he might be knocking on that top 5, top
point,
3.
Bud's resume is literally polished.
It's
like
too much.
Clean.
Yeah. One thing I know we were talking about, like, the legacies and stuff. I think we were talking about, like, the losses, but I do think, like, if Bud is to win, especially if Bud somehow wins in a stoppage, I just think that, like you said, it's skyrocket. Like, if he loses, like, it's like, oh, okay, he lost or whatever. But if he wins, the rep that, like, his name is gonna have is, like, up there, like you said, solidified.
Yeah, I can't lie. In my personal opinion, Bud, and I don't want to say overall, but just in, like, the 2000s era of boxing, if Bud beats Canelo, bro, he's like top 3 in the 2000s
what I just
era
said.
of boxing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
At least alone, like, that literally solidifies him top 3. That means it's only really him, Floyd, and whoever else you want to put there.
Hey. Yeah, I agree with both of y'all, man. This is going to be big for Bud. Now, Mo, I do have a question with you since you said Canelo is going to win. Will this be a benefit or a curse for him? Because we know that Canelo really doesn't throw that many combinations and jabs. He more so pressures you. He's a pressure fighter, so he hits you with those power shots. He hits you with those body shots. Is that going to play a significant role in when he's facing Bud on September 13th?
I mean, obviously it's gonna be tough to get him, but you have to do what you do best. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you win. You can't just go away from it. So I think you got to figure out a way to make a little bit of an adjustment to it, because obviously Bud is not the same as, especially the last guy he fought. He's not the same fighter. So I do think he has to establish that, because you can't just go away from what you know.
And Bud looks swole up in camp, man. I don't know if y'all seen him, man. My boy Bud looks
seen
swole.
Bud in camp, man.
Yeah,
that's
he
what
looks
I'm saying.
swole.
Everyone's looking. What we gotta understand is boxing. A lot of these boxers are draining their bodies to fight in these certain weight classes. we don't really know how much Bud's walk around weight is. So it's like
his weight
he
fluctuates.
could really be a regular 175, 180. Like, we don't know how much weight these guys are even willing to drop or trying to drop just to fight in some of these weight classes. We can't imagine.
Yeah, and it's gonna be exciting, man. It really, really is. I'm so excited for September 13th. If Bud, my thing is with this fight, I don't want Bud to come in there lethargic and not kind of lethargic and a little slow
like
because of the because of the weight. You know, I don't want him to come in there. He hasn't fought with that weight before, and then him going out there kind of slow and dreary. You feel me? I want him to feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. He has to be at his best when fighting Canelo, because Canelo's one of them goats.
No, he is. He's definitely one of those goats, especially for the Mexican style of boxing, for sure. But I want to say Bud also was sparring Andre Johnson?
Andre Ward. Yeah, he was sparring Andre Ward.
Yeah, I'm thinking about too many different sports right now. But yeah, Andre Ward. And that's what I'm saying. That's someone. Did Andre Ward fought Canelo, I believe, right?
No, he fought Sergio.
Okay.
He knocked him out.
Andre Ward, that's pretty much his weight class. So I feel like that's a good sparring partner to have, especially with Andre Ward being so defensively, technically sound. Like, he's a great defensive boxer.
Yeah, he is a great defensive boxer. And, I mean, I'm just trying to picture how this fight is playing out. And my only concern, too, with Bud is he going to be able to take a punch from Canelo? Because, look, picture this, right, Brian? Mm-hmm. And for you too, Mo. If he relies on that counter, say Canelo's pressuring him, and he throws that, and Canelo throws something, he throws that counter, or he throws a couple jabs and some hooks. If Bud isn't able to execute and hit them precisely on the money, Canelo could potentially open him up, hit him with a body shot or hit him with a power shot or something, and Bud might get dazed. Bud might get damaged. I feel as though coming into this fight, Bud has to stand his ground just a little bit, because he has to get Canelo's respect, or Canelo's going to keep coming.
Yeah. 1,000%. The thing is, I can't say, like, Bud, I feel like we overlook his defense because of how good he is offensively. Like, how good he is in attack mode.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't really get the chance to, not saying we don't get the chance to see him defensively, but all we see from Bud is going forward more of the fights. So it's like we never really get to see, how he really plays it. Like, so this is just something that I feel like we're gonna see more of the, not like we don't see the whole technical, real boxing of Bud Crawford, but we're just gonna see a different bag, him go deeper into his arsenal with this fight against Canelo. I feel like we've pretty much seen everything we can see from Canelo. The thing is, with Bud, we haven't seen everything we can see, not at all.
That's a good point. I think that Bud is gonna, he's gonna fill him out. They both gonna fill each other out because they're both slow fighters in the beginning of the fight. But as the fight picks up, I think Bud is gonna throw a myriad of jabs and combos, and like you said, Bud just got that dog in him. Because when he went to 154, I was wondering, you're jumping from 147 to 154. When he fought Majimov, the fight was a little bit slow. He did get touched up a little bit, but he has that dog in him. And in the later rounds of the fight, he was able to get in the phone booth with him, give him a little bit of hooks, throw a lot of combos, and have that dog.
Yeah, no, for sure. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, you good.
That specific fight, that's when I seen more of a, not more of a, but just more technical boxing from Bud Crawford. Like, feel me? He knows, okay, I might not get the TKO, I might not get the stoppage, but I'm going to outbox him. I can clearly outbox him. And I feel like Canelo, I'm not saying that Bud is just going to clearly outbox Canelo, but I'm saying we're going to see more of the boxing, just technical boxing from Bud Crawford. It's not just going to be, a lot of power punches. But the thing is, I really can see Bud possibly stopping Canelo.
Oh, hey, Mo, you heard that?
A TKO. Not a knockout, but a TKO. Man. That's what I can see.
I don't think that's how.
No, I'm not saying it's happening, but I can, like,
you can see it.
Obviously, especially with boxing, anything is possible, but I think there's a low chance. If that happens, shoot, I'm wrong, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
I will say
the only reason I'm saying I don't see it is because, obviously Canelo's a great boxer and everything, but I'm choosing him to win. So if I choose you to win, I don't see you losing.
No, I feel that. No, I mean that makes sense. You chose him to win. But where I'm coming from is just like in the instance of the only reason why I'm saying possible stoppage is because Canelo is a risk taker. He's a power puncher, so he's going to slip up. There's going to be points where he's going to throw stuff he should not throw, and it's going to work in Bud's favor. And if he capitalizes off those certain shots, those hooks that Canelo throws, those over, if Bud hits you in the right spot at the right time, that could be the end of it right then and there.
I think I will have to say this, and then we can move on to the next segment. If Bivol couldn't knock out Canelo and he was tagging Canelo, I can't see Bud doing it. I'm sorry. I can't see it happening. That's what
everyone's saying, but we don't know what it's like. For instance, Bud beats Earl at least by the 5th round. Like, the fight should have been over in like the 5th round, fool.
Yeah, I agree.
It was like they just kept like, and it was like Bud literally felt bad for him. Like, he could have literally like knocked him out. He just chose not to. So I just feel like with Bud, that's just something we don't know. We don't know what's in his hands. We don't know. We're gonna find out though. September 13th against Canelo. We're gonna see who has a chin. We're gonna see who's really winning the match.
Hey, if Bud could take a punch from him, he's gonna impress me. But if I see a knockout though from either person, I'm gonna be appalled.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I want to see it go to 12, but at the same time I don't, for the excitement factor. But at the same time, there's nothing more exciting than a great fight going all the way to 12.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I did have to mention one more thing before I ask my final question for both of y'all. Canelo, if he gets in that phone booth with my boy Bud, it's going to be a long day. I don't want Bud getting in the phone booth with Canelo, because Canelo can, I think, absorb more punishment because of that Mexican fight style than Bud.
It's very true.
I mean, I can't be mad at that. Definitely with his style of fighting, it wouldn't be the best option for Bud to just get caught, with a lot of body punches, a lot of just basically with Canelo being on too much offense isn't in Bud's best interest. That's a lot of wear and tear on his body. But at the same time, he gained weight. With this, we don't know his weight. Like, we don't know how he fights at this weight. You feel me? So when he's sparring in the gym on a normal regular day, he might be 175 moving around and things like that. So that's what we're really gonna find out, because who knows? Bud could have been fighting in this 160 weight range the whole time. He just was choosing not to.
We'll see. I just need my boy to outbox him. But my last question for both y'all is, what's next for each fighter after this fight? Whether they win, whether they lose, y'all can put the predicaments in y'all head. What's next for both of them?
That's a tough one. I would say, in Bud's instance, honestly, I feel like if Bud wins this fight, who else would he fight?
I think. See, for me,
because any other name we're gonna say, they're not gonna try and fight Bud Crawford. In reality though, especially coming off a Canelo win, if he does win, when he does win, no one's trying to fight that man. I wouldn't fight that man. Even for 10 mil, like even with the bag offered, it's like, do you really want to go in there and fight Bud Crawford on the time? What I'm trying to get y'all to understand is, these last 4 or 5 fights of Bud, even though he's getting older, he's getting better. It's kind of getting scary.
Yeah, it is.
It's almost getting
like
scarier. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Mike.
He's just becoming more efficient and just better at boxing the more he boxes. So it's like, I don't know what would be left for Bud after this besides getting a great payday from the Canelo name and sitting it down, go retire with the family kids. Then it's just going to be him and Floyd Mayweather really in that, not just them in that conversation, but when it comes to undefeated, good resume, polished, it's going to be those two.
Yeah. What you got, Mo?
Yeah. I really don't know who each is like. I'm definitely on the side of, if Bud wins, I think he should just come on, what else you got to prove? Like,
it's the same thing for Canelo too, though, because
that's what I'm saying. I think, but Yeah, no, I don't know.
Who could Canelo fight if he beats Bud
Bud should
Crawford?
retire after this. After if he wins, especially if he wins in dominant fashion, just go out like that.
I mean, the man, Canelo has 63 wins. He's been fighting since he's 15. I feel like Canelo's just been fighting for my whole entire life, maybe longer. For both fighters, if Bud wins, loses, whatever happens, I could potentially see him. Well, I can't even see him doing that because if he moves to 168, he would be a 3-time undisputed champ. I was going to say he could potentially go back to 154 because Virgil Ortiz was on the rise at 154. I thought that wasn't going to be the initial fight between them two, not Bud and Canelo. I think that he could have fought Boots at 154. I've been waiting for that fight for a very long time.
Respectfully, with all due respect, Jerron Ennis Boots does not want to fight Terence Bud Crawford at all. With all due respect, seriously. No, seriously. Like, and that's another person. For example, Boots has all the stardom, like phenom type, vibes around him, but the resume doesn't.
The resume
match.
doesn't add up. Yeah, I feel that.
And
I feel that.
Why
that's reasonable.
Like, it's kind of disrespectful to even try and have Bud fight Boots. Man, time.
I mean, in a sense. Because who else could Boots fight at 154 other than Virgil Ortiz? He cleared everybody out at 147. So, I mean,
it's at this point in boxing, it's really getting to the point where it's harder for a lot of these guys to fight because they're clearing their weight division. So it only forces them to move up or stay in the same weight division or just
that's a good
fight
take.
some bums.
I agree. It wouldn't be beneficial anyway. If you beat Canelo, it wouldn't be beneficial to fight Boots. I mean, I would love to see that.
Not at all.
Or
if I'm sorry to cut you off, bro, but if Bud was to fight Boots, he should have did that before Earl Spence, at least.
Yeah, no, that's a good take. Or either he could have fought him or Virgil Ortiz before Canelo. But like you said, it don't make sense for you to fight Canelo. Go back down to 154 where you already undisputed and fight them too. Yeah, he could retire. Yeah. And then for Canelo's aspect, it's kind of the same scenario with him. He was potentially supposed to fight David Benavidez. That's the fight that we all wanted to see at super middleweight, but David Benavidez moved up to 175 and is now a light heavyweight, and he should fight David Benavidez. That's just my take on it. So for what you about to say?
Go ahead. I do want to see David Benavidez against Canelo. I mean, the only thing is, I'm not saying that's not a fair matchup.
It's not. I don't think it is because I think Benavidez is too big for him.
I don't think it is either. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's kind of like, it's no disrespect to Canelo or anything, but he doesn't really get that much out of fighting David Benavidez. On top of the fact, David's not really trying to fight him that much either. That's why he went to 175. So it's like, sometimes even if they should match up, if it's not making sense from both camps, they just got to keep moving forward. And that's what David did. That's why he went to 175, because it's like, I'm not fighting Canelo, bro. He's like 5'6", 5'7". Like, David's like 6'1".
Yeah. Now he is.
With a lot of speed. Like, for someone
and
that
power.
big with
He's
that much
the monster,
speed,
the Mexican monster.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, I wouldn't even want to put Canelo out there like that. Not even saying he can't handle himself, but it's just like, I don't want to see that, me personally. That's not something
I think if they were to fight, Benavidez can't beat Canelo. Because if Bivol could beat Canelo, I think... Because this man Benavidez literally said after a fight, I send my opponents to the hospital. I think Benavidez is the next big star in boxing. Of course, other than the Tanks and the Shakurs and the under fighters. Not
to get too deep into other fighters, but let's come back on the Tank. Because we're talking about boxing. He's been having a lot of controversy going on. We're not going to speak on that thing. But I'm saying, fighting-wise, Tank's resume is bad too, bro.
That's why, I try to tell everybody that.
Mike been on that train.
Hey, Mo, what I say? Mo.
And he been voiced his opinion to our
in reality,
he's been doing that for years
actual
now.
boxer, like just boxing technique that Tank has fought really might be Roach, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Even before Roach, probably Pitbull Cruz.
Everyone else was just like power punchers.
This is music to Mike's
They had a
ears.
specific type of punch that made them so different from everyone else. But just coming to real boxing, just boxing, that's why, and I said that Lamont Roach was going to box against Tank. Like, it's not going to be a brawl, it's going to be boxing.
Yeah.
A chess match.
Bo, this is every boxing fan gets mad at me on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever.
Yeah.
But every time I approach, I'm not saying that I don't like Tank. He's from he's from Baltimore. I like Tank.
Yeah.
I'm not disrespecting him at all. But if you look at the resume, it doesn't add up. He hasn't fought a champ. Lamont Roach is the only champ that he's fought. Pitbull Cruz wasn't a champ before he fought him. Ryan Garcia was an internet sensation. I don't take that seriously. He just got
Ryan
beat
has
up by
never been a
Rolly.
champ. And Rolly didn't Rolly become a champ at 140? Yeah,
Yeah, Rolly sucks. Rolly sucks. He stinks.
Yeah, Rolly
stinks.
boxing wise isn't the best boxer. I mean, we all know that. And that's why I feel like in reality, not saying Tank didn't want to rematch Lamont, but it wasn't beneficial to Tank to fight him again in reality. All that does is turn Lamont up even more. Because if they fight again and Lamont wins, or even if the fight is just as good as the last one, all that's doing is put another payday in Lamont's check, and he's going to get the even bigger fights. Lamont and Shakur been talking about fighting. Like,
yeah, I need that. I need that.
That's straight boxing right there. But we'll see if it happens. And supposedly, Teofimo and Shakur are supposed to fight at the top of the year, so hopefully we'll see that in January.
Man, boxing's going crazy right now, but we are about to end it up. It was a pleasure having you on Band Up Breakdowns. He is a part of this family too. We talk on and off on the phone very often. But is there anything else you guys shout out to the people?
No, I just want to say, man, y'all make sure y'all follow me on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and my YouTube at B3 Breakdowns. B3 Breakdowns. Also, want to say shout out to Mike and Mo for having me on the Quick 30 podcast.
Thank you.
Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay prayed up, man. Keep going. Keep pushing.
Hey, y'all heard him first, man. This is just the first of many collaborations. We're gonna get a lot of people involved. If y'all wanna collab with us, y'all know our Instagram, you know the TikTok, you know the YouTube. Road to 10K on TikTok, not just 2K.
Yeah.
10K. Road to 1K on Instagram, 1K on YouTube. Any boxing vids, and let us know in the comments, who do y'all have between this matchup, Canelo or Bud? It's one of the most highly anticipated boxing matches of all time, and y'all gotta let us know who y'all got. Mo, you got anything to say to the people?
Yeah, once again, shout out to you for coming on to the podcast, man. You know, we be seeing your content. I know you be seeing ours, so it's about time we did this.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Mike said, this is a all time. You know, this is a great fight. You know, obviously, I need y'all in the comments to be on my side. You know, I was the only one. You know, I had Canelo winning,
Yeah,
but
it is 2
I need
versus
y'all in
1.
the comments to help your boy out, man. Help your boy out.
Like he said, man, we out.